Dominica got you covered. Whether it's to buy a home or build a home or just an investment property, contact Nicole London at 888-860-2366. That's 888-860-2366. Or you can log on to DominicaEliteRealty.com for all your inquiries and questions. Elite Realty Dominica, where exquisite living is defined by nature.
That's just how we roll.
Let me tell you who I'm rolling with. I am rolling with the Dot Experiment. I don't know if you ever heard of them before, but the Dot Experiment is here to help you with all your cell phone and computer needs. The Dot Experiment is here for all your tech, all your software problems, whether it's the storage full, your laptop won't boot, or you're just tired of your current setup, or you're just looking for tech support. The Dot Experiment is the only way to go. Call them today, 404-259-1343, or you can email them at support@thedotexperiment.com for a free consultation. Don't waste your money buying tech stuff and tech software that you don't understand and don't know how to use. Contact the Dot Experiment, the professionals in fixing all your stuff, man. So before you buy that cell phone, before you get that computer, contact the Dot Experiment. It's the only way to go. I'm telling you, that's how we roll it over here.
Tonight.
Give it to me, do it to me, give it to me. Don't stop, don't stop, don't stop, don't stop. The way you make me.
Do you like music like this? That's right, I'm asking you. Do you like music like this? Then why have you not been to Sophisticated Saturday as yet? That's right, each and every third Saturday of the month, we call it Sophisticated Saturdays. Where we keep it at? Caribbeanlifetv Studios. 6254 Memorial Drive is the only place to be each and every third Saturday of the month. So if you want to celebrate your birthday, if you just want to come hang out and have some fun with grown people having big fun, Sophisticated Saturdays is the only place to be. It's brought to you by yours truly, DJ Reds, and my boy, Mr. B. Sophisticated Saturdays, every third Saturday of the month, 6254 Memorial Drive is where the grown people go and have good, clean fun. Every third Saturday of the month, man. The way you make me feel, I'm just going to have fun. I'll see you there, Sophisticated Saturdays. I got you.
Atlanta, it is time for Atlanta Bless Music Fest, presented by Bijosh Entertainment in association with Max Productions on Saturday, the 31st of August, 2024, starting at 12 until 5 p.m. will be the free community event. Bounce about, face painting for the kids, blood pressure and blood sugar check. Then from 6 p.m. until till Atlanta Bless Music Fest, featuring Jaron Nerve,
Caribbean Christian and dancing in Medley.
Jay Bez, Jason Mighty, Golda McFarlane, John Wayne Bailey, Renwick Dewsbury, Rosie B, and LKM Praise Warriors, Doxology, Divine Souls, all backed by MP Band, MC Dr. Monica at the Church of God of Prophecy, 3333 Covington Drive, Indicator, Georgia, 30032. Tickets, $45 pre-sold, $50 at the door, $90 VIP. For more information, call 404-468-1423 or email bjoshent@gmail.com. Visit us on the web at www.atlantabless.com. Saturday the 31st of August 2024 from 12 noon to 9 p.m. It is Atlanta Bless Music Fest. See you there.
With Candid Co-Ed Conversations with me, Just Prima. Tune in every Thursday night from 8:30ish to 10ish to see what we have going on. We talk about everything under the sun. Nothing is off limits. And call in 678-661-1819 with questions, comments, and feedback. Looking forward to it. Thanks.
Need to get something to the Caribbean fast? Look no further than E&W Shipping. With convenient locations in Atlanta, Maryland, and Jamaica, we are your go-to for all your exporting needs. Whether it's a small package or a large shipment, we've got you covered. Contact us today for quotes and shipping schedules at 770-524-8663. The number one more time, 770-524-8663. And here's a special offer for all our loyal returning customers. You will get 30% off. That's right. If you're a loyal returning customer, we are going to give you 30% off. So ship and clear with E&W Shipping, the fastest way to ship to the Caribbean. E&W Shipping, delivering satisfaction one package at a time.
It's a reggae evening under the sun, Forever Giving Thanks 2024 tour at the beautiful Chastain Park Amphitheater, featuring Perez Hammond. Sunday, August 18th at 6:30. The reggae icon and living legend,
When you're wrapped up in my arms,
Perez Hammond.
that's what one dance can do.
Plus the reggae ambassadors, Third World. The award-winning Third World live in concert. Also featuring DJ Mix Master David. Bring your food and drinks for a reggae evening under the sun. The Forever Giving Thanks 2024 tour at the beautiful Chastain Park Amphitheater. Sunday, August 18th at 6:30. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. Another Sassy Mitchell here in Twilight 2 production.
Attention all netball enthusiasts. Get ready for the launch of the USA Netball Premier League. Join us for an exciting international female mixed club competition taking place on August 17th at the Redan Recreation Center in Lithonia, Georgia, and on August 18th at the Lucius Sanders Rec Center in Lithonia, Georgia at 8:45 a.m. For more information, email us at usanetball@gmail.com or contact the Net John at 678-891-7213. Don't miss out on this incredible event. Come out and support your favorite teams.
Get ready for an unforgettable evening of smooth jazz and R&B at the Culture Show. Join us on August 24th at the JVC Event Hall from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. for a night of incredible music and entertainment. Meet our special guests, saxophonists B. Thompson and Sorrell. And don't miss the stunning designs from international designer Janine Mangal. Enjoy the beats of DJ Master E from Sirius XM Flavor Radio and performances by Atlanta's premier vocal group. Come out and meet the featured guests and your MC for the evening, Candy from Caribbean Life Radio. Get your early bird tickets now on Eventbrite. We can't wait to see you there. Hey now, hey now, hey! It's that time again. Join us as we celebrate our second-year anniversary. We'll be bringing you music, entertainment, and culture. It'll be here at the CLTV Studios, 6254 Memorial Drive, Stone Mountain, Georgia, 30083. Saturday, September 14th, 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. Save the date. Hey now, hey now, hey, this is Stacey with Reading to Feed the Mind. Join us every Wednesday, 6:30 to 7:30, as we talk about various authors, books, and everything around reading and literacy. Hey now, hey, this is Stacey with Reading to Feed the Mind. Join us every Wednesday, 6:30 to 7:30, as we talk about various authors, books, and everything around reading and literacy.
Weekend is coming up, let's open up the windows and let me lend you this melody to ride. I know you were stuck inside, but now it's party time. Yeah, it's party time. Yeah, sunlight is creeping in, we starting up so early, and we so Jersey. Cars parked out on the lawn, we may not be here for long. Cops come, we say so long. Yeah, yeah. So high, it's summertime. It feels like it's the day to go down. The sun is out, let's find a good place to cool down. It's just me and you now. Are you the one in line for me to spend morning. Our heads are turning as I am rolling by. The baddest girl on my side. We'll have some fun tonight. Yeah, tonight. Yeah. Just heard a barbecue is being thrown this evening. Don't worry, I'm leaving this barbershop right now. Ain't no way, no how. I'm missing out, I'm down. Yeah, I'm down. Yeah, I'm down. Yeah, I'm down. Yeah, come on. So high, it's summertime. It feels like it's the day to go down. The sun is out. Let's find a good place to cool down. You and me, girl. It's just me and you now. Are you the one in line for me to spend the summertime? So high, baby.
That boy Eric Rowe.
Feels like it's the day to go down.
We control this lane, man.
Let's find a good place to
That
cool
girl is
down.
sexy.
It's just me and you now. Are you the one in line for me to
You
spend
ready?
the summertime?
7-day forecast, hot. Spike Lee do the right thing plot. I play Mookie delivering pizzas to that sexy Spanish thing, looking juicy, big dookie. We get silly, heat waves get dizzy. That soul movement, Brooklyn to Philly. Broad Street, Flatbush, get busy. New summer anthem, Eric and Richie. I see beads of sweat dripping down tummies. Rectums and Daisy Dukes look yummy. I'm in that drop top with sweet cakes pumping in. Old school Buick sitting on Kiefer Sutherland's before the 16. Figure out the riddle. My treat, meet me at Ishka Bibbles. You know the real Ish with Will Smith. He did it the first time. Chubb Rock's third, new summer rhyme. Come.
So high, yeah. Summertime, feels like it's the day to go down.
All right. Hey now, hey. It's me, Stacey. Welcome to another wonderful episode of Reading to Feed the Mind. So, pull up your chairs, pull up your computers, because we got a really good show, y'all. We have a special guest today, Miss Patrice Smith. She is sharing with us her book, That Marriage Made Me Sick. That's why I say pull up your chair, ladies, because it's probably going to be a lot of stuff we're going to be able to relate to dealing with these menses. So, no, we won't be male bashing today. No. I probably will. She won't. No, don't do that. DJ Red. We going to male bash. No, but we have Miss Patrice Smith with us today. She is going to share her book that she written about her marriage and the experiences in her marriage. There's no male bashing, just telling the truth. I'll whack y'all. No, just kidding. Right. So anyway, we're going to get serious. Fun. Yes, and we're going to have fun. That's what I love, and I think that's what we're going to enjoy, being able to laugh through the sadness and through our times. That's what get us through. That's My mother used to always say, you have to laugh to keep from crying.
That's right.
And so we
and
do
she
a lot
was
of
right.
laughing. Yes, we do a lot of laughing. But anyway, so I would love to welcome Miss Patrice Smith. Yay!
Thank you.
All right. So Patrice, again, your book was entitled "That Marriage Made Me Sick," and I thought I like the way you formatted this book, because you broke it out into your chapters. You had great titles for your chapters, but what I really loved is that after each one, you got your encouragement and prayer. So you said that this was like a self-help book. So you're sharing your story, but I love, because so often, we read these stories of people that's been through relationships or whatever, difficulties they've been through.
Correct.
But you just read it. But at least in yours, you're giving an encouraging tip and a prayer to help motivate, to get you through.
To keep you moving. Keep you moving.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit, what motivated you to write this book? What was your experience?
Well, Stacey, thank you for asking. What motivated me was chronic stress during the marriage. Mm-hmm. You could have never told me that marrying a Christian, that that it would be a chronic or acute stressful marriage. You think if both of you are on the same page as far as you both love the Lord, you're active in the church, you're listening, you're praying at night, you know, and you're believing God that it would be a toxic marriage. You could have never told me that. So it was for me. And the way I kept myself from losing my mind was to get on the computer and write.
Yes. Yes.
That's what inspired. That's what inspired the book. Is to too much stress in the marriage. Yeah, too much stress in the marriage. And now I'm an advocate for learning how to relieve stress, how to relax, how to not let stress kill you, because it is a killer.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yes, too much stress will kill you.
Shameless plug. I got an episode coming up.
Oh, yay!
Yeah, dealing with stress and meditation.
Great.
Yes. So
I'll have to listen in.
Yes,
I'll have to listen
coming
in.
up.
Yes.
So now you say stress. Can you give me some? Can you share a little bit more about?
Of course.
You know, your relationship, how you got it, how you all met. You know, what led to the stress, that kind of thing.
Let's see. I am a. Let's see. I would say I am a Black American soul sister. I'm a Black American soul sister.
No.
And so, and so how we met was, I have a son by my husband, but we were not married at that time.
Oh, okay.
And guess what bright idea that I had? I thought, okay, my son really needs his dad. His dad is a Christian, very active in the church. We both are saved and love the Lord. Why don't we just get married?
No.
And so what I say to everyone, just because you chose to father your children by a male, it doesn't mean you both are a good fit.
Yes. Yes.
Maybe just a friendship is all far as you should have gone.
Yes.
It doesn't mean that you were a fit for marriage.
Yeah, and you can successfully co-parent your
yes.
child without being married.
You certainly
because there
can.
are instances where people have, you know, been dating and they've been in a little and the baby comes and okay, look, I can't marry you.
That's right.
You know,
That's
I have
right.
a cousin that did that actually. She was kind of seeing this guy. I don't even think they were really just dating, just like friends with benefit kind of thing. And she ended up getting pregnant, but she knew he was nobody, that she didn't want him in her life
See
in
what
that
I'm
way.
talking about? Yeah.
And they successfully co-parented in raising their daughter.
Yeah.
And it saves a lot of stress. You know, I was I guess an old soul to an extent. I observed a lot. I've said this several times in this.
I heard that.
On my podcast, but I did. I observed a lot from my adults and my cousins and the people around me. And that was one thing that I did figure out at a young age, that just because you get pregnant, you do shotgun marriages.
Right.
You know,
that's
because
what they called them.
Yep. And then you saw how miserable people were.
Right.
And, the infidelity, and you get bitter. And so I decided at a young age, first of all, that I was going to wait because my mother was a single mother. So I didn't grow up with my father. So that was a decision I made to wait.
That's
and
correct.
then, but if it did happen, I was never going to marry anybody just because I got pregnant.
Just
So
because.
let's keep going with your story.
Yes.
So how long did you all date, before you got married?
We dated for quite a while. We broke up. We dated some more. Now, sadly, when I got pregnant, his dad became AWOL.
Oh.
His dad, what I learned, because life is a good teacher.
Oh, yes.
What I learned, and I see it too many times with younger, beautiful young women, they think that if I get pregnant, I can trap this man. Let's learn that is a negative.
No.
That is a no. That is a no. So I did get pregnant, and I hardly ever saw him.
Throughout the pregnancy?
Throughout the pregnancy.
Okay.
throughout the pregnancy. And that caused us, of course, to break up. And that caused us to break up for a long time. And then he wanted to be in and out of the relationship, you know. But, Stacey, have you ever thought that, what do you think men are thinking about when they want to be in and out of the relationship and they want to come see their son, but they also want to kiss and hug on you too?
I can't. Oh, well.
No. What I don't understand. What's the behavior? What's in your mind to think that I may be interested in you because you come to care for our kid?
That's the confidence that men have. They always think, I can always get it.
But guess what? Yeah, and they love to get it. But what about if you already have a wife at home?
Oh, that doesn't matter.
It should.
It doesn't.
You know, it should. And I'm actually an advocate. We need to help our men. We need our men. We need some good men. Our men are downtrodden. Our men are broken. Our men are bent over. Our men, we need somebody to come and build up some men that are suitable to marry and date.
So now, was he married at the time?
I'm thinking he was.
Oh.
Never confessed to it.
Oh.
Never confessed to it. But I'm thinking he was.
So I don't want to get lost. I want to stay on track.
Okay.
So you all were dating. You dated for a while,
We
and
did.
then you got pregnant.
I did.
And then he disappeared. And then he decided, after you had the baby, he started coming back around.
Fast forward all the way to my son was maybe elementary, middle school when he came back around.
Oh, okay.
And, you know, I'd forgiven him and gotten over it and dated some more and, you know, did some other things. And so I was a Christian then.
Uh-huh.
You know, I had accepted Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior. And so, yeah, I'm going to forgive him. This is my son's dad. Let's see if this can work. Because I really believe that two are better than one.
Yeah, two is always better than one.
You know,
if one isn't about anything, you might as well just be with the one.
You set the key.
Yes.
You set the key.
Yes.
So I said, if it's two knuckleheads, or if it's one that's a good head and the other one is a knucklehead, it's
still gonna be.
It's not a good match.
It's not a good match at all.
It's not a good match.
No.
And so we did get back together. He apologized. He bought nice things. You did all the welcome you back stuff, and we married in the church. He was very active in the church.
Oh, well.
Oh, my goodness. He did everything. He was a deacon. They called him for cleaning. They called him for barbecues. And he was very active. I'm the deaconess. So I'm playing the role of the deaconess. And we did get married. But it just...
And how long were you married? How long did it last?
9 years.
Okay.
Now, I have a secret. This is first secret being told on Stacey Woods.
We got the first. We got the first.
You got the first. This is a secret. I'm going to finally let it out. I got to get free. Okay. I got to get free. He was the first husband I married after him.
Oh, you married after?
So I've been married 2 times.
To the same man?
No.
Oh.
No. To a different man.
Okay.
To a different man. Okay. So, total, I've been married
3 times.
I tried it 3 times.
Oh.
Now, my sister said, you just like being married. Well, I do. I like having a companion.
Yes.
I do. I like having a companion. But one that's suitable for me and I'm suitable for him. You know what I'm saying?
So now why is the second marriage a secret then?
No, it's not a secret. Because total, I was married 9 years compared to both of them. Between the two of them.
But between the two of them. But
it was 9 years.
Was the second marriage just as stressful as the first? Or?
It's in the book too.
Okay, yeah. Oh,
so this book talks about both marriages.
Oh, okay.
That's the secret. The book is about both marriages.
Uh-huh.
And the hurtfulness from both Christian marriage.
But to see, okay, so I want to go to that Christian thing.
Okay.
I am a Christian myself. But anytime I meet someone, and I'm married, so it's not from a dating perspective, but anytime I meet someone, especially if you got someone that wants to do something around your house, you hire someone to do some work, or when they lead off with, I'm a Christian, I know that's somebody I cannot really work with. Because they are not, and there's so many people that's not in the church today because of Christian people. Right. The Christian people you work with, or the Christian people that came to your house and said they were going to fix something and they didn't fix it.
That is correct.
So it's unfortunate.
It is.
But anytime, Christians get a bad name now.
That is
and that's why you find a lot of people who are now saying, I'm spiritual. I know it's a God. I believe in Jesus Christ. I know that there's a higher power or whatever. But when you start talking about Christians, everybody's like,
no, thank you.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
Because, just because you're in a church, and that was something that when I first got married and when I was dating my husband, people around me, you got to make sure you equally yoked. He ain't in the church. You don't need to be bothered with him. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And my husband, he grew up in the church some, and he knew, he believed, but he wasn't about going to church every Sunday. But I knew his core values.
Right.
I knew he would be a good father.
That's right.
And if there's nothing else I can ever say about that man, I can say he is a wonderful father to my daughter and my nephew. Right?
He gets applause.
He gets
look.
No, he does. But everybody that knows me knows I love my husband, and he knows what a good person. Now, have we had some hard times? Yes, we have.
Yeah.
But that's one thing. But getting back to that Christian thing, and I think that's where so many people get misled, because they think, oh, girl, he a Christian. That don't mean nothing. He's human.
It's supposed to mean something.
It's supposed to,
but nowadays
unfortunately,
it does not.
Nowadays, and really probably all along. Because
you think so?
If you go back and you look and you listen to some of the older people and the way they talk.
Right.
You just need, so to me, what I finally understand, equally yoked is being on the same level. Being pretty much, and that's so much so that y'all can grow together.
That's correct.
So one may be in the church, one may not. Like my husband, when we were first married, he wasn't going to church, and after I had my daughter, I really wanted to get her in a church where she could grow up in the church, because I didn't necessarily have that. I was always, spiritual. My mother had me reading the Bible. I had, I knew all my prayers and all of that. But consistently in a church on a regular basis, I was not.
Okay.
So I wanted to give that to my daughter. And my husband, he was like, all right, I ain't going. But I didn't. And now, my husband, the church that we go to now, hey, Berean Christian Church.
Shout out to
Berean. He found that. I let him lead. So throughout the years, although he did not start, and although he did not, in the beginning, he wasn't a part, I didn't let that keep me from what I wanted for my daughter. And we got into a church and everything. And then I left that church, and for like 7 years, I wasn't going to nobody's church. And
I can understand why.
Yeah,
I can understand why.
Yeah, because a church
You know,
hurt. I went through a church hurt.
I've been through the church hurt. I sure have. I've been through the church hurt, and I have to give a shout out. We're similar in our stories, but I have to give a shout out to my current husband, who is a good, healthy fit for me.
Yes.
So I finally have arrived.
Yes, and that's the thing. That's the key.
I finally arrived.
How long have you been married to him?
We dated. I don't suggest this for everybody. This is my story, but we dated for 12 years.
Okay.
And the reason why is because I had done it.
You were coming out of that situation.
I had done it before. Yeah. And I just, I didn't want to go through the divorce and all the hurt and all the emotion. I had already, and so I was anxious for nothing. I was anxious for nothing.
Yeah,
I needed to take. Yeah, I had had to take my time. I was, I had learned how to be independent. I had learned how to be, I was satisfied in my skin.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was satisfied in my skin. I was okay all by myself.
Yes.
You know, I went to Red Lobster or whatever, to eat alone. I was okay. I learned I learned that singleness was not an obstacle. It was an opportunity for me.
Yes.
I think that's key.
Yes.
You got to love your singleness to prepare you for a mate.
Yes.
You know, and so I had. And when I met him, Stacey, you won't believe this. He was not in the church either.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I met my current husband. We dated 12 years and we've been married 8.
Mm-hmm.
And he was not in the church. And by the time I met him, I was a little burned out with the church.
Mm-hmm.
The church had burned me out. Mm-hmm. And I'm not talking about the building and the resources. I'm talking about the people.
Yes.
God's people had worn me out because when I got saved, I thought, I've got this amazing, loving family, my church family.
Yeah.
I'm so...
No.
Did they show me?
Yeah.
They did.
Because I think what people have to understand, and not so much understand, but accept, right? You have to accept that we are human.
Yes.
And what you said about loving yourself and getting to know and understand who you are, you have to do that in order to, be able to be around so many different people. People in church, if you think about it from the perspective that everybody in church are trying to get something. They're getting forgiveness, getting direction. They are getting, forgiveness and direction. Right. And so many people think they know and, they give airs. But again, you don't have to speak it. I have been at nightclubs and had people say, "What you doing here?" And I'm like, I'm here because you're doing the same thing you're doing here.
Me too.
Right?
That happened to me.
Or
Because
they'll
when
say,
I met
what
my
church you go
husband,
to?
My current husband now, he was going to the clubs. I had no idea about what the clubs was because I had been saved and actually away from the club, And so I was just burned out and I said, I want to go just take me to the club.
Just have a good time.
I had the best time ever, And then I saw a friend who knew my spiritual life and he said,
yeah, but these would be people that didn't know me. So if I started a conversation with like a guy, like sitting next to him in a bar or just have a conversation, church without, what church you go to? I guess I'll be leaving. So, because it's like, and I'm like, really wait, is this a homely thing? What is it? What? Because I'm here to dance like y'all. So I'm saying that to say, when it's in you, you don't have to announce it.
That's correct.
You don't have to talk about it.
I got it.
And so we have to keep
It'll
in
shine.
mind.
It'll shine. It'll shine.
So you got people in church that's dealing with hurt. They're dealing with everything.
Yeah.
And they trying to get to peace.
Right.
And so they're you can't expect a lot. And you can't let them make you feel like you're not in the right place.
Sometimes
because everybody is in there for the same thing.
That's right.
They're in there for the same thing, and they're going to be going to be messy. And it's not. And I think what frustrates me is that that shouldn't be an excuse, because no matter what you're going through, when you go into the house of the Lord, that's supposed to be your reverence. Yes. And I got frustrated because I'm like, God, why do I have to pray to get my mind right to go to church? Church is where you're supposed to be able to go and be like, okay, God, I'm in here now. I can release. I can let go. I can be at peace. I can get to know you.
Right.
It makes no sense that you have to pray to deal with them people in church. And that's why people don't go.
That is right.
They don't go as much. And, they've tried to relax. They've tried to, where you don't have to be so worried about what you have on. And I love that. We're more relaxed and stuff like that. But to me, being that relaxed, to some extent, it has excused people to not even want to try to put on a different air when you walk through that door.
That is very
I'm
true.
not going to be evil like I am at work Monday through Friday.
That's right.
When I'm in church now, so I'm at least try to give my best. But people don't do it. So
that
anyway,
is very true. And I have to give a shout out to my church, which is New Life, which is Pastor Marlon Harris on Candler Road. It is not until I was hurting and broken when I found New Life. And it was that type of church and that ministry that cared about people. Care about people. And like you said, Stacey, what I see now when I go to church is I see it as a hospital. I see people, they go into church, but actually you go into the hospital because you need healing. You hurt, you broken, you've been abandoned, you suffering some kind of way. So I see church now as a hospital.
And so when you're in there, so now when you're in there, you can, when somebody comes off or gives you a bad vibe, you can just say, I'm praying for you because you sick. That's your mind.
That's right.
You here for the
you
mental,
understand.
Yeah, you here for the mental issues. I'm here for something else.
That's correct.
So I pray that you get something out of this message. So if your minister is feeding you, and giving you something, that's all you just stay focused on. Because see, where my burnout was, I was trying to do everything in the church that I was attending, and I'm not gonna throw y'all up under the bus. No. I was doing a little bit of everything, and and it just get burned. I'm a giving person. I love to stay involved, and anytime I'm giving something, I don't want to have to fight and debate with you.
Right.
I love to sing. I love to be in the choir. But I don't want to be in this choir if I feel like I got to be going back and forward with you.
I'm not
or
going
if
to
I'm,
be.
I'm not in the clique. So you don't want to, I don't want to go through all of that because I'm doing something that I love and I'm having fun. That's all I want to do. Let me do it and go home. That's all I want to do.
That's all I want to do.
This
is for the Lord. I'm doing this for the Lord.
And you're doing it for the Lord.
Not unto you. But let me do my purpose. Let me do my passion. Let me do what and just leave me alone. Right?
Yes. Yeah. So, okay, we're going to get back. So the Christian, they were Christians.
They both were Christian.
Do you want to share some of the stressful things that, you encountered? Because in your book, you have pictures of how you practically went bald because your hair was coming out.
I did. And I wrote it on that one, and that's it. And that one is go get you some weave. Weave was my friend. Honey, my mother raised us to, rest in peace, Mommy. My mother raised us to always look our best. I couldn't go out with my hair looking like Paige, whatever.
Yes.
So I had to do something.
Yes. Yes.
And honey, I had to go get me some weave. And that weed worked, you hear me? That weed, I loved myself some weed. Honey, weed became my BFF. Because you could lay down on it, you could get up in the morning, and it'll be almost in place. You know what I'm saying? Not like your natural hair. Didn't have to do a lot to it.
Yes.
And it actually helped grow my hair so that I can actually, after a long period of time of wearing weave, I was able to get a nice style of my natural hair. So weave became my best friend because that's what I had to do at that time.
And I know you don't want to give away too much because you want people to get the book.
I do want them to read it.
But I want you to share at least one or two stories, of just something that you encountered that helped you get through, that, what you considered maybe just one of your most stressful moments that you went through with this Christian man.
Okay. All right. What helped me get through is the church. Okay. The Word of God, that's what I'll say. The Bible. You may ask me, what was your favorite author? One is the Word of God. That empowers me. But that's what helped me get through. But also, going outside walking helped me get through. The first one in my book, the first one said, she was so cute. Honey, let me tell you, when I married, he didn't have a car. I had a car. To all the ladies out there, no, I'm not going to say don't do that because I don't know what your story is not my story. But anyway, I went to pick him up. I was being such a wonderful wife because I wanted it to work. You know, I just wanted to marry once, live happily ever after, and have kids. Just, you know, that was my plan. So I said, my husband doesn't have a car. He's riding the bus. And let me go to the bus stop and pick him up. Well, when I got in the car to go pick him up, lo and behold, he's walking this beautiful queen.
Yeah, I read that.
And because of the good heart, I'm trying to do the right thing. So I'm trying to do the right thing, but I'm so shocked. But Stacey, what really shocked me is that I couldn't understand that many times when he come home from walking from the bus stop, he was so happy. Now I figured out what was making him so happy. He was walking a queen home, and apparently they was having a good conversation.
Was that all they were having?
I don't know.
Oh.
But see, you can be so stressed that you don't even want to check it out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I would have loved to have gotten what do you call it? An FBI. You know, like on Cheaters. You see?
Yeah.
I watched that show one time. You know, somebody to actually check it out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
A private detective. Yeah.
A detective to check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, and then another time, I was getting child support, and he wanted my son's child support.
Now, this was the second marriage?
I had no children by him, right.
Yeah, this was the second marriage. Okay.
Right. I had no children by him. And he wanted the child support. But listen, the child support was for the child. And I'm independent enough that I can handle when the check comes. I know how to disperse where everything needs to go. We might have our own account, but I like my own money. I like my own money and my own account.
Yes.
Yeah, I do. So anyway, I made it through. I'll say I made it through. Counseling. I'm a strong advocate for counseling, but I also know that all counselors are not good counselors, I'm sorry to say that. So you have to find your good fit for a good counselor too. And when I shared my story with a counselor, and I told her how my first husband, when I had put on a negligee, he was downstairs in this beautiful home that I moved into because it was his house. So we had the house on the girl, and the furs, and we had all these nice things, nice Escalade car, and oh my goodness, but no love.
Yeah.
No love.
And that's the other thing. You know, sometimes women are wanting, you know, the man to have so much money or be in a place financially, and oftentimes when it's a man, and it's not all the time, so I'm not trashing, you know, wealthy men. But what I can see sometimes, and I've witnessed, is that sometimes the more money the man has, the less love you're going to get. Because they have an arrogance about them that, you know, well, she got somebody good compared to most men out there, they got benefits, 401ks, they can pay for all of this stuff. Right. And so when they feel like they've done all of that, then that's enough. They don't feel like there should be love, that intimacy, that cuteness, that cuddling.
You're right, Stacey.
And not in all cases, but
and I guess that's okay for some women.
And that's okay for some women.
But that didn't work for me.
No.
That didn't work for me. All right, I appreciate all of that. Nothing's wrong with all of that.
Nothing's wrong with
Nothing wrong with all of that at all. But how is it that you can marry and the most that you felt lonely is in a marriage?
Ooh, been there, done that. Yeah, that's the saddest kind of loneliness is when you're married and
lonely in a marriage.
Yes,
you could have never told me that.
Yes,
you could have never told me that. I married for companionship.
Yep.
You know, and as I went,
you had it in the house, the cars and furs.
I had everything except him.
Yes. Yes.
That's what I say. And one time I told him, I said, you should have just married a call girl. You didn't really need a wife. You just needed a call girl. So when you wanted to feel loved or wanted someone intimately, you just call them.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to, you really wasn't ready for marriage.
And unfortunately, sometimes it's not even, sometimes they don't know, right? And it's hard to, sometimes they don't know because they didn't see it. So for them, they're providing all of that. They're providing you what a man is supposed to provide.
That's why I say
you
nothing's
got a house,
wrong with that. That's great.
You got a car, you got all, and he's done his job.
That's right.
And what more do you want? When
But I want you.
When I tap you on your shoulder, roll over. That's because I've given you all of this. Now roll over.
That's right.
And this is a marriage.
That's right.
And
That's
and
right.
and sometimes they really don't know, but it's sad because you should be able to see it and want to give better. But that's the
right.
way. That's
right.
That, you know, it happens. It happens.
It happens. It happens. And I don't bash them because maybe they didn't know any better.
And sometimes they don't. And sometimes it's just a pure arrogance.
It is.
It's a pure arrogance.
It sure is. It sure is.
That's why I never, God rest his soul, I never liked Kevin Samuels.
I don't know. I'm not
So
familiar.
Kevin Samuels some people really considered him like a guru in relationships.
Oh.
And he had a YouTube channel. And he started out with men. And so, you know, guys would call in and talk about, you know, and he would get hard on the men about, you know, this is what a man should do or this is what you should do. But somewhere along the line, it merged more into he started having women. I think he got more famous when the women would call in and ask about and say, you know, oh, well, I want to, you know, I'm a successful black woman and I'm this and I'm that.
Right.
And he would be so nasty to them because he would tell them, you know, well, you're not the type of woman that a six-figure man is going to want.
Really?
Six-figure man wants a slimmer woman. You know, he would just be so nasty. But for me, to me, he represented those artificial, arrogant men. Those same men that we're talking about. I got the money. Now this is how you should look, and this is what I want. But most often, they don't give you, like you said, you end up feeling like, well, just go get a, you know, get a call girl. Because, you know, but unfortunately, a lot of our younger girls are more in that mentality now.
Yes, they are.
That's what they want. This is all you need to do.
And that's okay.
And it's okay.
That's
that
okay
works.
for them. That's okay. All they want is the cars, the fancy cars, the houses.
Yeah, but I
the
think
nails, the weave, the body contour, and that's okay for them.
But they're gonna get old.
Yes, Lord.
And after a while, that's okay for them then, because what we have to be truer to ourselves as women. We have to accept the fact that we are built differently than men.
That's correct.
And accept it. You know, God made me a woman. My parts are different.
That's right.
I don't have the same parts as a man.
That's
so
right.
I'm going to accept the fact that I am a woman and I am different.
That's right.
And I do have feelings.
Sure.
And women, no matter what we say, we can play that game of, well, you know, we just friends with benefits. And as long as he buying me this and doing this for me, that's all I need. That stuff only lasts so long with us.
That is correct.
That only is going to last so long. Because you are eventually going to get to a point where it's like, okay, now I need some love.
That's right.
Because that's who we are. We're nurturers.
That's correct.
Whether you choose to have a child or not.
That's correct.
It's a you still have a nurturing aspect about yourself. And, you know, and that's the thing we have to accept, that we are different and we need more. We are more emotional.
Yes,
some women are harder than others, but we are still emotional. I get so tickled. Well, I'm not gonna go down that road. But when you see the LGBTQ women, the lesbian women who are hard, and, you know, it's like, girl, please, you still probably get cramps and cry. Cut it out. Walking around trying to be all, and be all hard, and then be at home balled up in the bed because you got cramps. Because you're still a woman.
Yes.
At the end of the day, we are still women, no matter You know, what you feel, what genetically you feel you should be, you still a woman, you're going to go through those same things. So go sit down somewhere with all of that. Yeah, what's up? Go sit down. You still going to cry.
You know, I have to give a shout out right there because the community would really hit me hard if I didn't say anything. My baby son has chosen the gay life.
Okay.
And
no, he hasn't chosen it.
Well, people tell me he didn't choose it, but he told me I did choose it.
Oh, okay.
Every time I say chosen, I get the same response. People always say, no, he didn't choose it. But no, my son said he did choose the gay life. Okay. And so he may be an exception, but when I trained my boys up in the way they should go.
Yes.
And I trained them up in the church. And I trained them up. God said this, do that, do that. And as far as I was concerned, I did the best I could to raise them.
And you did.
And then my son, when my son came out as gay, and Lord, when he told his daddy if the floor would open up, his daddy would have fell through it.
Really?
Yeah, that was not good. But anyway, when I cried out to God, because that was not what I was expecting God to do, you know what God told me? He said, love him.
Love him.
That's all he said.
That's all you're supposed to do.
God said nothing else to me. He said, love him.
Yes.
And so I do.
Yes.
I love my son. I love both of my sons. Actually, I have a bonus son now, and I love all three of them. And I love all his friends because they are the best, I'm telling you. So I have to shout out. I can't bash, I can't. I have to shout out.
And I hope what I was saying,
didn't come over like that.
Because I'm not bashing.
It did.
But I'm just saying you get tickled when that's just me.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it. I'm like, girl,
please.
please.
You ain't tough. You ain't tough. You ain't really tough.
So, but yeah, and that's the thing, your story is one that has been felt by many people.
Yes.
And I would encourage people to get the book because, like I said, you give encouragement because you're not a victim. You were able to get through it.
Yes.
Now, I will ask you this.
And remarry.
And
happily.
Remarry. And you're happily remarried. And you have a beautiful smile. You laugh.
Yes.
And that's it. So you can
back up. You can rise
You
again.
can rise back up.
Now,
let me ask you, do you have any communications with any of your first two husbands at all?
I have no need to.
Yeah, okay.
My sons are adults and they can speak with their own father.
Okay, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
I have no need to.
Yes.
Yeah. I have nothing against them.
Oh, no.
And they are all forgiven. They're forgiven. Yes. But I have no need to communicate.
And see, that's the other part that I finally got to a point in my life. Because that whole going back to the Christian thing and the way we're taught, it's not fully explained to us about forgiving people. We are supposed to forgive people when they hurt us, but you do not have to keep them in your lives.
You do not.
Ooh-wee, you
Can
do
the
not.
church say amen?
Amen. Especially when you leave them, because you find women who have been and are in abusive relationships. And they feel like, well, he my husband, and I got to just stand by him because that's what I'm supposed to do. And this is what I started doing. I'm like, okay, look, I'm a child of God. And if we were walking down, or if you saw somebody, if Jesus was on the street and somebody was beating Jesus, we would do everything we could to protect Jesus.
That's
and
right.
get those people off. You can't treat Jesus like that.
Don't you do that.
Don't you do that.
That's
Don't you
right.
be saying that.
That's right.
So then, and then I'm a child of God. If you are a child of God, why do you let people mistreat you?
That's correct.
You are not supposed to let anybody treat you less than what you're supposed to be treated.
That's right.
And if you are, you walk away and you let them go. You pray for them.
That's correct.
My favorite statement is, I want you to eat, just not at my table. You know what I'm saying? You can eat all day, but you just can't eat at this table.
That's right.
I'll give you some food, but you can't eat at this table. And that's the thing that people have to do. And when you free yourself like that, you are at so much peace, because that's what they say. Forgiveness is never for the other person. It's for you.
It is for you.
Because you free, you get that burden off of you.
Yes, you do.
And you walk around and you happy, you know, and God keeps them away from you too. I have people in my life I never run across that have crossed me and done me wrong. I don't ever run into those people. I think God know. Yeah. No,
That's best, right?
He know I'm still working on her. Look, and because I'm
She ain't
still
done
working
yet.
on her,
She ain't done
we
yet.
ain't gonna let y'all paths cross.
Ain't done yet.
Because I don't know what she gonna do.
Still processing.
Still processing. But I think that's the core thing, and I hope that's the message. You know, I don't see a lot of people commenting or saying anything, but I pray that whoever needs to hear the message hears it.
Sure.
Whoever needs to receive the podcast receives it. So I don't really concentrate on my numbers a whole lot.
Okay. All right.
Because I know I'm doing what my purpose driven.
Yes.
I know what my purpose is, and I'm doing it. So God working everything else out.
Yes,
So I know that somebody is hearing us.
Oh, sure.
And that we reached somebody. I believe and pray that we reach somebody. You know, you are not supposed to be in any relationship that's taking away from you spiritually, emotionally, and definitely physically. You know, there's so many programs out there. There are a ton of programs out there for women in abusive relationships.
Oh, yeah.
You just have to walk away, take that leap of faith, trust God.
That's right.
You got Google, you know, if you Google how to get away from abusive relationship, or and I wish I can't name some of the agencies. I know there's in Atlanta, there's the City of Refuge. And sometimes I know I ran across a young lady and she was saying they didn't really have, a few weeks ago I ran across a lady and I was suggesting it to her and she was like, well, they didn't have any beds. And then you can always, I think United Way's number is 211, I think it is, and they'll give you information.
Resources
And stuff. But there are tons of resources. But please, whatever you do, do not stay in those relationships.
Yes. Free yourself.
Free yourself because
and begin to heal.
And begin to heal.
Free yourself and begin to heal.
You know, because that's not what God wants for you. You truly are a child of God, and God only wants the best for us.
That's correct.
That's all we're supposed to have, and you have to put yourself in a position to get it and receive it. But I pray for everyone out there, and like I said, if you find yourself in an abusive relationship and you need to get out, you know, find some help.
Knock on some doors.
Knock on some doors.
Yes.
Keep it to yourself.
If you're in the Atlanta area, try New Life. There's a lot of resources. We have a social worker there that could work with you and pull and help you get on the right path. So that's on Candler Road. Don't know the address exactly, but I know the resources are there.
Yes. And then so go to your churches. Berean Christian Church is another place. During the week, every church, all these, especially the larger churches, they have a business office that's open Monday through Friday, business office hours. And even if they don't have a program, they will more than likely have.
Direct you.
They can direct you somewhere. So there are too many resources in Atlanta. For you. Like I said, it was the City of Refuge. You can go to Salvation Army. You can contact United Way. And all of those places will give you, you know, show you where to go or give you resources. And they will do it discreetly. There are places that you can go. Wellsprings is also, Wellsprings is a nonprofit agency. And they help women in abusive relationships, sex trafficking, you know, people, victims of sex trafficking and abusive relationships. So definitely you can contact Wellsprings.
All right. It
I
came
almost
to
forgot.
you.
Yes. And they're right there in my office. And I'm like, oh my God, Wellsprings. So contact. So there are a lot of places. So anyway, Patrice, I want to thank you for coming and sharing your story with us. Look on the YouTube channel. I am going to put a link to get her book. You can tell us.
All right. Stacey, thank you so much for this opportunity.
You're very welcome.
I've enjoyed speaking with you and your audience. And as you said, you're not getting much comments. I'm used to that when it comes to this book. The book was on Amazon, and people are afraid of sharing when they're hurting in their marriage. Everybody wants to talk about their happy marriage, but if a marriage made you sick, people don't really want to put their business out there. So, but I do encourage, as Stacey has done, to go seek out help if you're hurting in your marriage. And you will see my book is on digital platform, which is at PayHip, and the website is HTTPS, that's to secure the website, with a little / and it's PayHip, PAYHIP.com/B as in baby /Z as in zebra, J as in Jack, letter number 9, G as in girl, and letter L. That's payhip.com /.
All right. And we're going to put the link on the CLTV YouTube page, and then I also am I've been uploading the videos to my Reading to Feed the Mind YouTube page. So those are the two locations that you will be able to see the link. And I put it on Facebook, so my Facebook page. Reading to Feed the Mind. I did include the link in there as well.
Thanks,
so,
Stacey.
you know, I thank you, and it was a great show, and I enjoyed it.
Yes. Thank the audience.
All right.
Too.
Thank you, audience, for tuning in. Thank you to my friends in St. Thomas. I shouted out to Shim. He is, when you go to St. Thomas, and if you cruise and you're at the port, ask for, I don't know the name of the company, but his name is Shim. I had the best time in St. Thomas a couple of months ago, or last month when I was there. No, it was really the beginning of this month.
Oh,
Lord, time is going by. No, last month, July. We're in August. Whew. Anyway, I had a wonderful time, and Shim was really great. He was our taxi driver. I always have a good time when I go to St. Thomas.
Oh.
And so I met a lot of great people. Going up to the top of the mountain and getting my banana daiquiri and all of that good stuff. So shout out to the people in St. Thomas. I hope to see y'all soon. And thank you to everyone that's listening and tuning in. So.
And a last shout out to CLTV.
Yes, always. And DJ Reds in the house. DJ Reds. All right. So y'all have a great evening. And as I always end and say, keep reading to feed your mind. Bye. Right. Hey now, hey. This is Stacey with Reading to Feed the Mind. Join us every Wednesday, 6:30 to 7:30, as we talk about various authors, books, and everything around reading and literacy.
The sun is out, let's find a good place to cool down. It's just me and you now. Are you the one in mind for me to spend the summertime? My car is looking clean, I washed it up this morning. Our heads are turning as I am rolling by. The baddest girl on my side, we'll have some fun tonight. Just heard a barbecue is being thrown this evening. Don't worry, I'm leaving this barbershop right now.